A lot of people will drill 24 holes in a bit of wood and stick each fret individually up like that. I have done that in the past, and then one day by mistake I put my hand straight down onto 24 rather pointy and sharp frets. Even today, I don't know if you can see, I cut myself on some fret wire. They are sharp, they are pointy. Quite frankly, laying them flat on your bench is safer and works just as well. Even banging each fret in isn't going to displace that enough that you forget which is which. So, well, another little piece of advice for you there. Let us find some glue. Now, I use No More Nails, and I suppose it's called compression fretting. The glue is not there to hold the frets in. It is only there to fill any space in the fret slot underneath the fret, and thus it makes the neck more stable, basically. Yes, that's it. If you've got lots of holes, you are likely to have issues with funny little harmonics and notes that you don't want, and that's not ideal. And there is there's nothing better than a properly stable neck. Now the curve is slightly tighter than the curve of, the curve of the fret is slightly tighter than the curve of the fretboard, which is ideal. So what I'll do is bang the fret in and see how this one goes. I'm talking. You need support underneath each slot that you are going to hammer into. Now the nice thing about this glue is that you can clean it off very easily while it is still wet, but when it is solid, it is solid. This is where the chamfers help. It helps seat the fret. Well, I'm struggling with this one. So you bang each end of the fret, which I've bent so that the radius is just a little bit more than the radius of the fretboard, and then you work your way out softly. Well, not softly, I'm hammering the thing. This is more difficult with this hard fret wire. With softer fret wire, it's a bit more of a straightforward job. Bit of water. The excess is cleaned away, pretty much. Now one of the useful things is, you obviously want a perfectly seated fret. These won't be perfectly seated yet, but it was almost perfectly seated. Where that splurge comes out shows me that that wasn't quite right. Now there's just a little bit more to clean up, and I can be absolutely sure of a perfectly seated fret. This is not a gentle job. I'm using a nice weighty hammer. This one is a Metalworkers planishing hammer that I found. I like vintage tools. And I'm not being particularly gentle. As long as you're not stupid enough to hit the fretboard instead of the fret, you're fine. And if you have hit the fretboard, you're not stupid, just need more practice. Trust me, I've done the same thing myself. One nearly fretted neck. Well, mostly.